I'm Patrick Lancaster, and we've got some very important breaking news. What I'm about to tell you shatters the official story of the Polish government and basically the story of the Western mainstream media. This is just out of this world. For days, the Polish officials told the world that Russian drones attacked Poland, hitting a home in a small village. And this was echoed across the world by the mainstream media. Poland even stood in the UN and pointed the finger at Russia, saying they attacked a civilian home with drones.
2 days ago, they tried to target Polish homes. This is one of them in a village called Wyryki in eastern Poland.
But today, that story is falling apart. And now, one of Poland's top papers claims that the Poland Secret Service says that it was not a Russian drone that hit this home, but a AIM-120 Polish missile fired from a Polish F-16. Now, this quite contradicts what Poland said in the UN, as you see, and it also contradicts what civilians supposedly said to Reuters in their investigation. Reuters said that it was a Russian drone that hit this house, citing locals. No, if the Polish Secret Service says that it was not, something's going on.
For the first time since the NATO alliance was formed after World War II, NATO planes scrambled overnight to take down enemy targets in NATO airspace.
It happened over Poland during a Russian drone attack across the border in Ukraine. Elizabeth Palmer has reaction tonight from America's military allies.
People only realized Russian drones were overhead when they heard the fighter jets that shot them down. This morning, there they were, littering fields in eastern Poland. No one was injured, but one did hit this couple's house. We were watching TV news about the drones, said Tomasz Wesławski, and then there was this massive boom. Polish F-16s were scrambled to shoot down the drones, backed by F-35s from the Netherlands and Italian surveillance planes. And on the ground, Germany activated its Patriot air defenses. Russia's defense ministry denies it had targeted Poland, but that's unthinkable, said Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski.
It simply defies imagination that could be accidental.
The Kremlin has a long history of provoking NATO. It sends fighter jets into Allied airspace and submarines into European waters. This is the first time NATO has responded with force because this hostile incursion was just too big to ignore, said NATO's senior military spokesman, Colonel Martin O'Donnell.
I think it's reckless, and I think it's dangerous. And again, the intentions of the act are still unclear. It's being assessed, but reckless and dangerous.
How much of an escalation is this, that NATO has responded with military force?
These acts were taken in defense of Allied territory, and it's what our populations would expect us to do, and it's absolutely what we did.
This wasn't just a hostile military act, it was a political one, too. Poland's foreign minister said today that Vladimir Putin is mocking President Trump's efforts to bring peace in Ukraine.
And now the story is that this Polish F-16 fired this AIM-120 missile supposedly at these drones, that all these alerts were made, airports were closed, and fighters scrambled. And this missile went off course due to a malfunction and hit this home. And the only reason the residents are alive that supposedly said it was a Russian drone is because the warhead on that missile did not detonate. And here's the kicker. The Polish prosecutor's office designates that object, whatever it was that hit this home, as an unidentified object. And that's because the investigation hasn't been completed yet. So if the investigation wasn't completed yet and the prosecutor's office couldn't say that it was a Russian, now or then, that Russian drone that hit this house, how could they go to the UN and point the finger at Russia? Let's think about that. And this brings serious questions about Poland's credibility and, for that matter, NATO. Was this an attempt to blame Russia when there was clear evidence that Russia was not at fault for this home getting hit? Was it a cloud of war or fog of war? What exactly happened here? Was it a cover-up? Maybe some more information will come out to explain who did this and was it done maliciously. All right, we've got some breaking news that has just come out, so we need to back up from the front a little bit and talk about some important information on recent reports that I put out. This is an update that could really mean a lot as far as the information that I've been putting out, so we need to get into it. In all of my reports, I aim to open your mind, show you some information that you might not see in the mainstream media or might not see the way I put it out in other places. So I'm here to show you things from a perspective that no one else is going to show you, and that's what I do my best. So everything I give you need to think hard, think for yourself, get as much information from as many different sources as possible, and then move forward on your own opinion or your own actions. This information is going to be huge as far as the recent information I told you about Western Star Resources and their ambitions to break into the U.S. market. I told you it seemed like that was going to happen. Well, guess what? Today it did. And there's more information on Western Star in the link below and the pinned comments. Well, guess what? Like I said might happen, today Western Star Resources signed a memorandum of understanding with the Real American Corp, a Nevada-based mining group with a diversified portfolio with a focus on tungsten mining. So this means Western Star Resources has officially planted their flag in the United States, in Nevada, the mining capital of America and one of the most friendly mining jurisdictions in the world. So why does this matter? Because demand for critical minerals is exploding, especially gold and silver. And tungsten is on the strategic minerals list used for clean energy and advanced tech. The U.S. Strategic Minerals Reserve is in Nevada, so Western Star Resources is aligning directly with U.S. supply priorities. Western Star's model is to act as a property aggregator, building a land bank of strategic mineral assets in order to support domestic operations and supply chains. And they're not going it alone. Partnering with the Real American Corp, it gives Western Star local expertise, access to established properties, and a fast track into the U.S. market. And they've also applied to be part of the Nevada's Mining Association, which plugs them right into the state's supply chain, resources, and industry networks. And there's more information on Western Star in the link below and the pinned comments. So again, this isn't financial advice or even the kind of information I normally bring you. But a company asked me if I wanted to sponsor their video, and I'm normally really picky about who sponsors my video, as I'm here to answer to you. No one tells me what to put in my reports. I put in what I see and the truth I see, and that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's a sponsored video, but the information is what I have been able to research from this, and we're going to continue to get deeper, and I'm going to be talking to the CEO and asking him the hard questions for you. Now, maybe that you want to get something out of this, maybe you don't, maybe you scroll right past this, maybe you don't, maybe you see something positive for you and your family in this, maybe you don't. Not financial advice, not telling you to buy anything, But if you want, look into it and try to get some information from as many sources as possible, not just me, like all of my reports. Get as much as you can. You deserve to see things from many different points of view. I'm not like the mainstream media where I say, just watch my reports, I tell you all the information. No, that's bullshit. Watch information from as many different sources, regardless what the topic is. No one's gonna give you all of the information. And even, you know, in your daily life, you can talk to people and understand they have a different point of view than you. And that might help you in your daily life to understand people a little better. I try to do that in my life. And, you know, we all do what we can for our family. I do what I can for my family, and I think you are too. So have a look or not. But it's about time to get back to the report. Comment below what you think about this report, what you think about Western Star. Should I get an interview with the CEO or shouldn't I? What do you think? What do you want to see out of my reports next? So please like, share, subscribe. Now let's get back into the action. And there's more information on Western Star in the link below and the pinned comments. I'm on the ground here for you. I bring you everything possible so you can get as much information from as many sides as possible. Please like, share, subscribe. Can you comment below? Do you think this was done maliciously or a mistake? What exactly do you think? Because I want to hear from you, because I only report to you, my viewers.